recently made a video about PFA chemicals. PFA chemicals in your bottled waters, also in your tap water. Yeah, lovely. Anyway, here, please boop the old like button. But you see, it's even worse than that. Now, in the United States, they're saying there's PFAs in all the groundwater and drinking supplies in the United States. Probably everywhere else as well, to be fair. Now, can you avoid it? You can actually filter these out. I'll get that out there now. So there are ways to filter out the PFAs from your water. And there's lots of different types of PFAs. It's not just one or the other. There's lots of polyfluoroalkyls. About 1,000 of them, I think. It's a huge amount. But anyway, they are toxic for the human body. And it's been thought that they cause reproductive issues in men. Hence, reproductive rates, etc. are low. Now, in the US, it says here, millions in the US may rely on groundwater contaminated with PFAs for drinking water supplies. Great. Oh. Now, approximately 71 to 95 million people in the lower 48 states, it explains a lot, more than 20% of the country's population may rely on groundwater that contains detectable concentrations of per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, also known as, obviously, PFAs, for their drinking water supplies. And these figures, according to the U.S. Geological Survey study that has been published in the journal Science. Now, the predictive model results can help members of the public, water suppliers and regulators understand the potential for PFAS contamination and the guide of future studies and inform strategic planning for water resources. This is quite bad. How the hell do you deal with that without putting it as an individual's personal responsibility to make sure that the water that they comes out of their taps, they don't consume it unless it's been through some kind of filter first? Now, I did a bit of research on this, and it says basically a activated carbon filter can actually filter out the PFAs out of the water, like a Brita jug or something like that. Now, I wouldn't have a lot of faith in the Brita jugs. I'd be more inclined to go for something like a Berkeley, which is a solid activated carbon filter. It's like a block of carbon. Those things are excellent. You can pretty much take pond water and shove them straight through them in your drinking water. They're a little bit more costly, but they are a lot larger and they can do larger volumes of water. And also you can have up to 4 filters in those things, so the flow of the waters can be, generally they come with 2 filters, or you could just put 1 in, but obviously it operates a lot slower. But definitely worth having, especially regarding, not just in the United States, but around the world. It's got this situation now, and it's getting more and more prolific. And PFAs come from all sorts of different chemicals in manufacturing. One very well-known brand, DuPont, which makes Teflon and what have you, all the coatings in your pans have PFAs in them. So not just drinking the stuff, we're eating it as well. And the pans you've got, you scratch the bottoms with your knives and all the Teflon start to peel up. But we need to start making our lives a lot simpler. Going back to the old ways, why do we need... We don't need non-stick pans. We don't use them. We don't need them. No, not if you season your pan first. Anyway, so exposure to certain PFAs may lead to adverse health risks in people, according to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. And PFAs are a group of synthetic chemicals used in a wide variety of common applications, from the linings of fast food boxes and non-stick cookware, DuPont, and firefighting foams and other purposes. And PFAs are commonly called forever chemicals because they get in your body, they stay there forever. Bit like asbestos. When people get asbestosis, sucking in all the little fibres entering the pleural layers of the lungs, and they scar as you breathe in and out. And eventually, with all that scar tissue, it takes over your lungs and you got reduced capacity. Hence, you struggle to breathe and you end up on oxygen. Or die. It's not funny, is it? No. And we don't really know what the end game is with these PFAs yet. We do know studies have been done, peer-reviewed studies, that tell us that these PFA chemicals affect reproductive, basically sperm in men, obviously. So the new predictive model, there's some models, I'll leave a link down below actually in the description so you have a look for yourself, or just do a search for PFAs and groundwater in the US, and you'll probably come up with this page by FIS.org, and it shows you the intensities of different areas with the PFAs that are found in the water, in the groundwater. So the groundwater is basically the water that's your water table, effectively. So it's not the surface runoff water, it's the water that's in the reservoirs, in the aquifers and all that sort of stuff. The water that's used it feeds the reservoirs for which your drinking water comes from. Now the EPA has established legally enforceable levels called maximum contaminant levels for 6 types of PFAs in drinking water, and the EPA regulates public water supplies, and some states have additional regulations for drinking water. Yeah, they'll charge you. They're putting little bottles or something, is it Nestle or something? They're putting little bottles for you, and they're going to charge you. Yeah, you're not allowed to collect your rainwater or anything like that. No, because we've got to study the water. Now, some homes use private water supplies where residents are responsible for maintenance, such as wells, what have you, but it's still groundwater. And those interested in treatment processes and testing options, well, for instance, they could use reverse osmosis filters. The problem with reverse osmosis filters, they take all the minerals out as well, which makes it a little bit, how to put it, not as healthy as it would be. But there again, you won't have their PFAs either. Whereas the activated carbons just take the toxins out. So, it's up to you what you do, You might decide to ignore it, because it's going to be the same in the United Kingdom. End of the day, we're a westernised society, so the contamination is going to be there as well. And the same here in the EU. It's exactly the same. It's PFAs that's popping up absolutely everywhere. It's just where this particular study has been done. So anyway, are you concerned about your PFAs? You could have a song, couldn't you, below, or YMCA? Anyway, please leave your comments down below, and I do read the comments, what have you, but if you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us a coffee, or just boop the old like button. Helps the channel, But we're also doing a rewilding in France. We're planting 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land, and if you want to be a part of that, there is a GoFundMe link down below. God, I'm tired. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. God, I couldn't sleep, and now I'm really tired. But anyway, we're planting trees, okay? So if you want to make a small contribution, we'll plant a tree on your behalf, and I'll make a sign to go with your tree. It can be a memory of a loved one, it could be your name, it could be a present for Christmas, or a memorial for your late pet. Animals, dogs, better than people, that they are. Toodaloo.